Morning everyone, welcome to today's Compliance Over Coffee. In fact, today's is the last Compliance Over Coffee of 2020, and I know that a lot of you are saying thank goodness that 2020 is nearly over with. What I thought I would talk about today is what is in the title, which is Quiet Reflection. And it's, I guess, something that Tony and I have done since we started seeing each other. Not about business, because we weren't in business back then, but just a reflection, just quietly sitting and talking about the year that's gone by, what worked, what didn't, what we wish we'd done, what we hadn't done, what we wish we hadn't done, all sorts of different things. So we've talked in one of our Compliance Over Coffees about looking forward and planning and putting in place and setting goals. But it's also very, very important for you from a business perspective, and I think as well from a personal perspective, to reflect on the months that have gone by, what goals you set in the previous year, whether they're personal or whether they're business, and whether it worked out or whether it didn't, and probably why it didn't, if it didn't work out, because it could be something that you could have done differently. It could be that you just put off doing something because you really didn't want to do it. It could be that maybe your heart isn't in it and you need to have a rethink, and that just isn't going to work. Because I think, I've forgotten who said it, but someone said the first sign of insanity is to continue doing the same thing and expecting different results. And we've all been there. I've done it. I've absolutely done it. Sitting down and doing the same thing day in, day out and just expecting the results to change, and it won't do. You have to change something, or the thing that you're trying to work on just isn't going to work, and you have to accept that and let it go and try something else. So today's Compliance Over Coffee isn't really about compliance, but it is about quiet reflection, about you sitting and looking at the year gone by and how it went for you. A lot of people have had an incredibly tough time this year. Probably the toughest year that some people have ever seen, and I know that a lot of people will lose their businesses and some might even lose their homes, which is incredibly, dreadfully sad. It really, really is. But also conversely, some people have managed to turn what has happened into a positive and used it to move forward because they had the ability to be able to do that with their business or an idea that they had. So despite all of the sadness and the negativity of the year, there is always, out of adversity, an opportunity for someone, even if it isn't for everyone, and it won't be. It's always there for someone if you sit down and think about it. So we've talked about going forward, about looking forward and setting goals, and we've now talked about reflecting, looking at what goals you set. Did they work? Didn't they? Why not? And we always adapt our goals going forward based on that. Did you achieve that goal? Tony and I always do that. We set business goals, we set personal goals as well, but with this year we've smashed our business goals in some respects and not met them in others, and that's going to happen. You're not going to smash everything out of the park, so don't be disappointed if you don't meet all of your goals. They're there and they're set to stretch you, and if they don't stretch you, then you might as well not bother setting them. So set the goals to stretch you, but equally at the end of the year when you're looking back, don't beat yourself up because you haven't completely met something or you haven't come anywhere near something. It happens, and it happens to Tony and I as well. But they're there, and we set them and we assess them, and then we move forward to the next year. So that is quiet reflection, guys, for the end of this year. I'm going to take this opportunity now to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas from my Compliance Over Coffee team. Tony's sat opposite me. And hopefully, fingers crossed, 2021 will bring a better year for all of us, a safer year for all of us, and a year where we get some of that freedom back that I know that we all feel that we've lost a lot of this year. So that's Compliance Over Coffee for 2020. We will be back in 2021. Our first one will be the first Tuesday, which I think is something like the 5th. I'm surprised actually that Tony hasn't got the number up for me. He usually does. I think it's Tuesday the 5th of January, the first one. He's putting thumbs up to me, so that's right. So that's it for Compliance Over Coffee for 2020. As I say, Merry Christmas everyone. Thank you for being in the group. Thank you for all the support that you give us on this topic. It's great to have you all here. Have a great Christmas, and I wish you all the very, very best for 2021, and I will see you then. Bye for now.